This is Claire with another episode of encouragement for you today. In this episode, I'll mainly concentrate on dealing with disappointment. I've just happened to be watching a football match not long time ago. And one of the things that I saw, because I was really hoping for another team to win, which was not the case, there's quite a lot of disappointment on the pitch. And I wondered, in our lives, you and me, have you ever had to deal with disappointment? Has there been a time in your life where you have given it the very best, but it never ever did come to happen? You have given it your best, you have thought of the best thing you can ever do, and that's the best that you have invested in it, but it never did, it just never happened. A time when all your hopes come crashing right in front of you. A time where it feels like everything you ever thought, you ever known, you ever hoped for will never come to pass again. And it just feels like it's so far away, or it's so far-fetched to believe and to hope again. For example, as I mentioned earlier, it may be your favorite team fails to score the final goal that will see them through the next round. That could be something that might seem a little bit trivial, but for some people that can be a big disappointment because of how you have trusted and believed in those players to bring you victory back to your country or to your city. For others, it could be an exam where you have invested your very best. You read through the night without sleeping. You did everything humanly speaking or humanly possible. And then the results come back and there is no reflection of the hard work that you put in it. How do you deal with that disappointment? Or it could be a relationship that you thought will end up maybe in marriage, or a relationship that you invested too much in it and you thought in the end this will produce something, but then that relationship comes to an end. It comes crashing right in front of your eyes when you haven't done anything wrong. What do you do in those moments? Or it could be that you had hoped for a better health report, either for yourself or a loved one. And suddenly the report comes out and it turns out to be that that disease or that sickness is terminal. You see yourself and you begin to start planning for your final day when your end will come. How do you deal with disappointment? In those moments of disappointment, in those moments of discouragement, how do you deal with those moments? What do you do? Do you hide yourself under your pillow? Decide to lock yourself in your room and you say you'll never come out again, and you even lose the will to live? Or how do you deal with disappointment? Let me share with you a couple of things that I have found to be helpful when dealing with disappointment, whether be it over big issues or small things. Number one, let hope always arise. Do not let anything or anyone cause you to become hopeless. Always allow yourself to hope again. Number two, always share with someone. I mean, you need to be careful who you're sharing with some of the things, but you might have a trusted friend, you may have family, you may have acquaintances, people that you do life with. It's always nice to share with them those disappointments because it might just be sometimes they'll give you some different insight or the courage to go through that moment. The other thing I found very helpful is to talk about my emotions and not just to bottle them up. It's not weakness sometimes to cry about things. It's not a weakness sometimes to feel annoyed and upset. But then once you've talked about it, what you do next with those emotions matters more than when you just decide to suppress them in. And also allow yourself to dream again. Allow yourself to go out for it again. If you made a mistake, that's not the end of everything. You can always rise again and you can always make another comeback. And if it is a health diagnosis, even if it's terminal, believe for the best because it is possible for miracles to happen.